camera because I want to show the shell. Shall we put you back? I think we'll go and put you back in the sea. Really had a chance to sit and chat. It's all been very overwhelming, but here we are. We're staying in Balmoral Beach, which is just on the coast from Mosman, and it's not an area I was familiar with, but apparently after telling my dad that we were staying in this area, he said, oh, that's where me and your mum first lived when we moved to Sydney, and then he gave me the house number, so that's been incredible. I went to see it yesterday. So this is day 3. We had a really good journey, pretty much flawless. I mean, it was long, but it was uneventful, which is great. And like, we landed about 6 in the morning, and we stayed, because we couldn't check into our place until 3, we stayed. They have this thing called day use. It's kind of a platform that connects with hotels, and you can have just a couple of hours. So from 9 in the morning until 2 p.m. we dumped our stuff and had a shower and just explored kind of the local area. So that was in the centre, a little bit near Surrey Hills. So then at 2 o'clock we came, we got the ferry here and checked in. I really want that in the background, but I can't sit up high enough. I'm really struggling to kind of comprehend that I'm here. I got quite upset yesterday, like in a good way, because it's been a long time, obviously, since I've been here. But I got really upset that we can't ever really live here. We can't stay here, and I didn't really get how much I missed it. So it's been quite an emotional few days, to be fair. But yeah, we are staying in a really nice Airbnb. It's basically on the beach. I don't think I could have got a better place, and there's a lovely like cafe sort of, look, this is the swimming area. It's like the shark-proof swimming pit. The beach is over that way. The cafe is really great. They do breakfast and lunch, and they close at 4. So we had lunch there yesterday with some really nice tuna tostadas and mocktails because I can't do day drinking. And yeah, I haven't been in the water yet because it's absolutely freezing because it's spring here. And there was a big storm the day before we arrived, and I put my feet in, and it was pretty like shocking how cold it was. So I've not braved it yet. I've just gone in briefly up to my knees. But today, there's only a couple of days of really good weather. So there's yesterday and today, and then it's pretty much going to rain at some point every day for the next 4 days. So it's pretty busy here. I think everyone's out. I got up at 5:30 yesterday morning thinking I was going to have this really quiet stroll along the beach. No, Brie. This is Australia. And so when I got up yesterday, I was confronted at 5:45 in the morning with a plethora of joggers. Everyone was out jogging in pairs, jogging in groups, and I was just like, oh my god, I was so bleary-eyed when I woke up. And then there was a whole gaggle of, or whatever the collective term is, of cockatoos, and that was so loud. And it was just, I'd been awake for about 5 minutes and it was a sensory overload. So I just came and sat on the beach and just stared into space. But I can't believe I can just literally walk out of the apartment and be on the beach. This is not going to get old. So we are in Sydney for 8 days, and one of the afternoons I'm going to visit the Penguin Random House offices. So I've kind of got a work day, and that's tomorrow. But the rest of it is all free. And then we are moving on to Shoal Bay. So we're starting in Sydney. I had to kind of start in Sydney, and we're moving on to Shoal Bay, which is just kind of north up the coast. And because we're not driving, I mean, there's nothing special about that place to me, but I wanted to stay somewhere that was on the coast and that I'd never been to, but obviously we can't drive, so we had to be able to access it by train. And it looks pretty remote. I wanted a kind of remoteness that you're not going to get in the cities. So we're finishing in Melbourne, so Sydney, Shoal Bay, and then Melbourne for the 3 weeks. And we'll be in Shoal Bay for 5 days. So it's all Airbnbs, and I'm going to go and visit I've lived here twice. The house I grew up in the suburbs, and we then moved to the UK, and then we came back thinking we were going to settle back here again, but we only stayed for a year and it didn't really work out. So then we moved back to the UK. That second time we lived in a flat, which is a little bit more towards the centre. So I've got 2 places to visit, and we're going to head out on Friday because it's pretty far. Lifestyle here is just ridiculous. I mean, we're a bus ride to Mosman Bay Wharf for the ferry, and then it's like 15-minute cross and you're in Circular Quay, which is, we were waiting on the ferry. We were going into the city for drinks and dinner, and just waiting on the wharf in the sun. It was so quiet and calm. It's just properly a lovely area. And I was like, Chris, this is not a normal, people don't live like this. This is how the other half live this area. Yeah, and you'll come to my old house, and yeah, it's not going to be like this. It's been fun kind of using public transport, because obviously as a kid my parents had a car, and so I never got to use the ferry, which has been so much fun. Plan for today is to head into Manly and have a beach day while the weather's still good. Outfit of the day, really good bag. I needed a new one before coming away because I knew I was going to be carrying around more with me during the daytime than just a crossbody, but I also felt like I needed a crossbody, and this is great because if I do want hands-free, there you go, it's got a good V. And I just discovered my Ganni headscarf in my swim bag, which is very fortuitous because, I don't know, I've got lots of pattern going on here, but it seems to work. This is the most colour that I have, this shirt. So yeah, off to the beach, off to spend the day in Manly today. They are bigger than I was expecting.
Like an earthquake. That's the drink that you don't pour. When you take one sip, you won't need any more. You're small as a beetle, or big as a whale. Boom, atomic cocktail.
So I had a bit of an incident yesterday as we were walking around Taronga. Just at the end of the day, we'd pretty much seen everything. I was walking and my back just completely gave way, my lower back, and that has happened before. about 10 years ago, and it took me months and lots of physiotherapy to get better, and so obviously I've been freaking out. Now I'm lying here because it's a way of stretching my lower back. Pretty sure that I have got a bulging disc because it feels exactly the same as it did then. I managed to, so I put an ice pack. Incredibly, the apartment has an ice pack. It has 2 ice packs and a freezer. So I put those on, took loads of ibuprofen, got in a cab to go to our dinner booking so that we didn't lose our any money on the cancellation policy, and came back, and I was so stiff after that, getting into bed. And then thankfully, well, I took some naproxen overnight, and then thankfully this morning I'm feeling a little bit better. I managed to put my Birkenstocks on and go for a very gentle, delicate walk around the jetty that's on the beach. So I was very happy about that. I think that's I think standing on sand is going to be a big no-no, which is worrying because we're about to leave and go up the coast, where the only thing to do is beach. So I'm going to see how I go. I'm going to rest today and yeah, just take it easy. I am sat upright in one of about 2 positions that I can sit in on the beach. I didn't even think that I was going to make it to the beach. I've been trying to be positive about it, but it's pretty disastrous in terms of my mobility. And I'm very grateful that we've been able to do quite a bit of what I wanted to do. But I really can't walk. I really can't walk very well. I'm kind of shuffling, and yeah, it's really upset me. I'm just thinking about practical things as well. Like, we've got 2 big suitcases and 2 big hand luggage bags, and I literally, like, I can't even carry my handbag on my shoulder. Like, Chris is going to have to, I don't know how we're going to do it, but Chris is going to have to deal with four big bags when we travel. Pretty much all that's up there is the beach. I'm hoping I could just sit on the beach, but it is still quite difficult to walk, and we were going to be really active. We were going to go for hikes and cycles and stuff, and so it's just, I'm just adjusting to the new situation, which is very hard, because it's basically all I can think about, and I've stopped kind of enjoying everything around me. I'm going to try and get in the water. I mean, I might be a lunatic. I don't know if this is going to be a terrible idea. But yeah, I'm also worried about getting the flight backs in on a goddamn plane for like 20 hours. Quite scared about that. There's still quite a few things that I wanted to do. Like, we cancelled a really beautiful lunch today, which would have looked out over the harbour. So I'm pretty sad about that. I just didn't trust that I would be okay. And we are planning on going to the Blue Mountains tomorrow, which is about a 2-hour train ride and walking around. So, I mean, I'm definitely doing that. I can't not do that. So I cancelled the lunch because I felt like if I'm going to do one thing, it's going to be the Blue Mountains. So yeah, that was the one thing that got sacrificed so that I could rest a little bit more today. So yeah, bit of a strange turn of events, and I'm trying to keep my chin up about everything. Okay, it's about an hour later and I've been in the water, and I got in fine, even though the sand was moving around under my feet, and it was, apart from tensing up because of how cold it was, it's actually a great thing for your lower back, being in the sea, because the saltiness kind of keeps you afloat to a certain degree. Yeah, it felt good. I felt not disabled in the water like I am on land. So yeah, I've been in a couple of times now. Chris has gone and got a beer. I'm now sunbathing, and I feel like I'm back in the room. I'm back on holiday. Me again. I brought my coffee to the beach, like in a mug, because we live there. I'm pleased to report my back is doing a lot better. I kind of didn't want to say that, jinx it, but we're going to Blue Mountains today, so fingers crossed for that.
Now, if you're standing on the glass floor, please look down because it's about to turn clear. Now, the views get even more impressive as we come over the edge of the escarpment. You'll be able to see all the way down into the Jamison Valley floor. And when we reach...
Morning. I'm trying to pop up my camera so I'm not just in my face all the time. And I've got a bit of a different angle. I hope you can hear me over the sea. It's our last day in Sydney. Yesterday we went to Blue Mountains, which was quite an eventful trip. It's about 2 hours out of the city. I did all of the things, and by the end of the day I was absolutely knackered. All my muscles so actually the injury isn't too bad, but it's all of the muscles around kind of compensating and holding me up that's really starting to ache now, and they were getting stiff and kind of failing me, and by the end of the day I was like, oh my god, I have to get back in bed. But a massive achievement, and this morning it's kind of like a reset. So we've only really missed kind of one day of doing stuff, otherwise it would have been perfectly paced. So today being our last day, we've got there's a couple of places I want to go into in town. I want to go to the Botanical Gardens, I want to go to a really good food place, Chocho San in Potts Point, and I don't even ever remember going to Potts Point, so I'd like to go up there. And where else? Maybe wander around the rocks. Oh, and actually look inside the Sydney Opera House. Because we stopped off for a drink on the way home there last night and had a cocktail. It was just beautiful. But I haven't been inside yet, so yeah, I really want to do that. And then tonight I've booked a nice place called the Public Dining Room, which is just on the beach here. I love watching the swimmers, and there's this like group of old men and women who swim every morning, and they chat to each other, and I can just hear them. They're like, it's 19 degrees in the water today, so every day I know I know what temperature the water is, because they all have a good guess, and then one of them checks the actual temperature. We have our Piccolo. I've been getting flat whites here, and again they've been a bit disappointing. A bit weak. And also they asked me for a large or a small. I'm like, there's literally one flat white size. What are you talking about? Didn't you invent it? Anyway, I've gone for a Piccolo, and it's what I wanted.
Oh yeah, the pasta pans are here.